NATO itself is currently holding an extraordinary summit over the situation in Ukraine, with its leaders making a joint statement condemning Russia and warning of the consequences of using chemical or biological weapons. Joe Biden did the same. However, he wouldn't be pushed on what exactly any response would be.
Would the U.S. or NATO respond with military action if he did use chemical weapons?
We would respond. We would respond if he uses it. The nature of the response would depend on the nature of the use.
At the same time, Washington itself is under fire over weapons of mass destruction after the Russian Defense Ministry claimed it had obtained data on alleged biological weapons development in Ukraine, with the latest revelations linking Joe Biden's son Hunter to these alleged biolabs.
The Russian Defense Ministry continues to analyze documents revealing the military biological activities of the Pentagon in Ukraine. The incoming materials allow us to trace the scheme of interaction between U.S. authorities with Ukrainian biological objects. Attention can be drawn to the involvement in the financing of these activities of structures close to the current government of the United States, in particular the investment fund Rosemont Seneca, which is headed by Hunter Biden.
Rosemont Seneca Partners is the firm tied to Hunter Biden, the U.S. president's son. And the Russian Defense Ministry is listing financial entities that are involved in these biolabs in Ukraine. Now, they also listed George Soros's Open Society Institute and Open Society Foundations, which are also involved with them, and as well as the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine and the Ministry of Health of Ukraine, and the U.S. Department of Threat Reduction. All of them seem to be tied in with these biolabs, and it appears that that Rosemont Seneca Partners, the reason that they would be involved is because they have a relationship with Metabiota and Black & Veatch, which are main suppliers of Pentagon biolab materials. Now, Moscow is also coming forward and saying that it appears these biolabs are connected with institutions and research organizations that are related to nuclear missiles. This is what was said.
The scale of the program is impressive. In addition to the military, the U.S. Agencies for International Development, the George Soros Foundation, and the Center for Disease Prevention Control are directly involved in its implementation. Scientific supervision is carried out by leading research organizations, including the Los Alamos National Laboratory, which developed nuclear weapons as part of the Manhattan Project. All these activities are carried out under the full control of the Pentagon.
Now, the over 30 biolabs are accused by Russia of being involved in weapons development and trying to develop biological weapons. Now, the USA denies this and insists they are simply research facilities. And we did hear acknowledgement of these facilities' existence from U.S. Undersecretary Victoria Nuland.
Ukraine has biological research facilities. We are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
The fact that she expressed this concern about their possibly getting into the hands of Russian forces does suggest that these are pathogens that can easily be weaponized. And it does raise the fundamental question that was raised earlier. Why is the Defense Department funding them? And why do they even exist in Ukraine? It comes under the auspices of the Defense Threat Reduction Agency in the Department of Defense. I know of what we call DTSA. I was affiliated with it at one point during my Defense Department career. What it was designed to do as an entity was to oversee the denuclearization and adherence to treaty obligations against the spread of nuclear weapons and biological and chemical biological weapons. So for DTSA to be involved in something like this is rather incredible, in my opinion.